It is 4:30 right now in the afternoon. I am so behind right now. I am usually making my videos by this time of the day, and yet today is going to be the longest day that I write for. Today's goal is going to be 3 hours. I have only had a max of an hour and a half, which was yesterday, combined, taking breaks in between, but today is a 3-hour day, my friends. I'm very scared, but you know what? I am talking to you guys about not being afraid of failure, and here I am being afraid to fail. And I will not fail. So here we go. We're about to do 3 hours worth of writing in one sitting. I might pump out some push-ups in between each section because each section transitioning one to another is pretty hard, but I'm gonna do it. I've been looking up a lot of podcasts today, and I've been getting rather inspired and seeing what others have done and immersing myself in the writing community. As I said, I was very into music before. I've always been into the music community. I'm very knowledgeable on that, but not so much in the writing. So I like to get in touch with that side. So I've subscribed to some podcasts, and I've also subscribed to some YouTube channels about film and some film screenplay writing podcasts. So I'm going to hopefully be listening to more of those in the future, and I already have today, and it feels really cool to be like in the loop with everything. But with no further ado, today is a 3-hour day, like I said, and time is ticking. So I'm gonna get writing. But first I'm going to get food. I am getting food right now, and then I will get back and start writing my 3 hours worth of writing. As you may be able to see, I have a Ninja Piplup. But also, I have been writing for 48 minutes now. I've been writing for 48 minutes now, and I have written that much. Wow, 1,148 is the total, which is kind of surprising, but that's okay. We're not really going for words today, we're just going for time. Increasing the endurance, seeing how much we can go for. I got a whole scene done. This was a whole scene for me. The scene is about going to Natalia's garage and getting the paint for them to do the deed with. One of the things I'm seeing myself do is take the reader through absolutely every single scene, and it's kind of hard for me to skip around the story, but I'm still really trying to make every scene mean something, because in the end you delete scenes when it has no purpose. So I'm trying to put purpose into each scene, but maybe I'm just using too many scenes to do that. Maybe I can put that in more dialogue or in more showy telly form in another scene so that we can compile those and make them very thick, instead of making them spread out across a ton of scenes together. The biggest problem I've noticed writing this section that I just wrote is the lack of direction that I put in there. What I'm doing is really not a good thing to be doing in writing. I am making talking heads. They are not doing anything, they're not moving, they're simply talking to each other. It should be more like, let's get the paint now. They walked in, they got the paint, and Nige saw that in the corner there was a ladder, and he looked at the ladder and thought about this and that. And maybe not that stereotypical, but stuff like that to give direction and show that they're doing something, they're humans, and they are moving, because humans move, as I am doing right now. To prove the point, Brent talked to his camera while he moved around the room. But that is a good thing, because that means I am focusing on the characters and on dialogue, and dialogue I like to read. So I'm writing a book that I would like to read, and later on it's not going to be that hard to go back in and add setting and to add all this kind of stuff. That's going to be fun too. It's just that right now I feel like I just talk. I can talk forever, as you can tell. I don't like to hear the sound of my voice, but like, I like to talk. I have ideas. I like to talk to people about these ideas. So I'm writing with almost purely dialogue right now. And in the end, I kind of went back and I was like, okay, this is where I want to take the scene, this is where I want to move them, and I didn't put any dialogue in there. So I have all of my dialogue, and then I have all of my directionals, but I just kind of did them separate from each other, because when I write dialogue, I don't want to then write, oh yeah, this great conversation is flowing. It's like in real life, when you're walking around town with a friend and you have something really important to talk about. You don't really want to talk about it while you're going shopping, because you could get distracted at any moment. You could be like, oh, here's this really nice sweater over here, let's go check it out. You go check out the sweater, and then you have to restart the conversation all over again. So I'm in this conversation with these two people, it's going really well. I don't want to stop it. I don't want to stop to write description or any of that kind of stuff, and I think that's kind of how reading works too. Now I can go back later in the revision process and I can say, oh, here's my list of directionals that I want them to do, and I can kind of put them in there and revise it at the same time. So I keep learning these things from every single writing session that I do. It's only been 43 minutes, and I've noticed this thing about myself. And I think that's kind of something you have to do in every writing session that you have, or every session that you do with anything, is you kind of have to see what really worked with it and kind of take something with it. And like, that's what I'm trying to go for in this book, is you gotta look deeper. These are just kind of the ideas that I'm randomly generating as I go, but I think the idea is okay, and I have yet to really fail yet. So I need to just stop being so scared to start another session, and I'm gonna fail in the session and just do it. I will not be walking around for this intermission because number 1, I am done writing for the day. Number 2, I have a giant headache. I made it to my 3-hour goal. It was crazy. Lots of words. Words. That's all I have to say right now is words. But I got him to the place where he is now about to be in a coma. I got him there. It's there. And I think I really did a decent job building up him and Natalia's relationship going into it. And I put some other stuff in about Natalia's dad and Nigel's mom. But I put it all in kind of art thing. I don't know if it was the right thing to do. I don't know if the things I chose to do were the best choices that I could make. But they are the choices that I made for now. Let's talk about how much I did. Look, 3 hours and 5 minutes today. Success. I wanted to do 3 hours. This is how much I got done. Time to guess how many words I think it is. I didn't take breaks, but I sat there and I thought about what I wanted to do. I didn't really go. I kind of took a second to stop and think because I knew that these symbols that I would be making were going to be important in the story. So I took a second, I kind of thought it out. Didn't take too long, but I did take a second. 2,600. This could be way off. Okay, 2,600. Okay, the moment of truth, here it is. Oh, okay. 2,200 almost. Do I care about the number? No, I do not. Let's see how many I got total today. Okay, the total count. Keep in mind, this is weird. Scrivener said that I had written 2,768 words in this last little sprint that I did instead of 2,100. So I don't know which one to believe and I don't know why they're different. So going off of Scrivener and what Scrivener says, this is my total word count. 6,653. That is almost half of what I have written overall from the last 3 days. Right now I have 15,158 words total, and today I wrote 6,653 of them. This is what you can do with 3 hours of writing. Tell yourself you're gonna write for 3 hours. Tell yourself you're gonna write for an hour. Tell yourself you're gonna write for 30 minutes. Just write, okay? Take a goal, say you're gonna do it, and just do it. At an hour and a half, I wanted to stop so bad. I was just like, well, I can do this tomorrow. But I just pushed through it, and I have a headache to show for it now. But that means you're doing it right? And tomorrow, I'm not gonna be able to write in the morning. So I'm gonna feel better about doing this tonight. And then I'm gonna have to write tomorrow night. But I feel better doing this today. So get out there, say what you can do, know what you can do, and tell yourself you're gonna do it. And then I dare you to push yourself a little bit more. Just a little bit further. I dare you. Well, with that in mind, have a good night. I'm not gonna do the outro tonight because I did do it late today, and I'm not gonna push for that. I'm sorry. Do as they say, not as they do. Am I right? Good night. Thank you for watching. Bye.